Don't look like it.
Welcome to Still Talking Uncut. I'm your host, Big Easy. Back 2 weeks in a row. Don't get into it. We were going to introduce Sean last because he couldn't eat before he got here at 9 p.m. Apparently, he's busy. Some shit, I don't know. But anyways, we got Uncle Joey in the corner, Mr. Silent in the bottom right-hand corner, and we got a special guest, man. My boy, author, entrepreneur, businessman, moonshiner, John Umstead. He's got a book out called Against the Grain, Business Lessons. We'll try to link it up for you and see where you can get it at if you want to go check it out. If it's got pictures in it, I'm down. So, but they got to be colored in by a crayon. That's the only way I understand. So. Congratulations on anytime. It's I'm sure it was a hell of a journey to get from concept to having hard copies. So congratulations on that, and
thank you.
We'll definitely get into it. I don't know if Sean's done eating. He can time in whenever he wants. Uncle Joey, what you drinking on?
What's that?
John made us just ready to drink cocktail.
He strong armed that from me. I was like, well, no, let me get that. Let me get that. So, Joey.
So I've got two. It's a rye, apple juice, and a squeeze of lime, I've been told. And it's a very refreshing, very good cocktail. And I'm going to make many more of these over the next couple of weeks. So I thank John for the recipe and for the spirits that went into it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you drinking, Big Easy?
Nothing yet. Circle back around.
Matt?
I got some of John's rye right here.
Yeah, that's out in the car. I forgot it out in the car.
I just got mine out of the fridge. Out of the freezer.
That's
spot on.
That's how I'd rock a rye too, even though I'm not a rye feller, but if I had to, it's definitely cold.
Which apparently is why it's still in the car, because he ain't a rye feller.
It is very, very smooth, I'll tell you that.
Can't appreciate a good drink.
But look, I got a new weed eater, and I was impressed by how badass it was. So I was weed eating like crazy today, and then by the time I got done, I got out of the shower, and you got to put pants on to go outside. Like, dude, I'm good on that. So
why?
It'll be there. It'll be there.
Yeah, why you got to put pants on to go outside?
Yeah.
Some people would say you ain't got to put pants on to stand up out of a hot tub.
I live across the street from a school, bro. Like, I can't go outside without pants on.
I'll give you that just because of the school.
I'll be on the same list as Matt's old lady.
Yeah, she's rude. She said, I walked in there today. She said, you need to eat a cheeseburger or 5.
Something happened to Uncle Joey. I don't know what happened to him, but he must have hit that rye jar a little too hard.
Must have.
So,
anyways, go ahead, Sean. Go ahead and lead us on the way.
Well, I'm drinking what this OH Ryo. Oreo.
OH Ryo.
So I guess we can start off by telling us a little bit about how that come about, what you come up with, and why.
You talking about the book, Sean?
No, I'm talking about the rye whiskey.
Oh, okay.
Rye.
Yeah. Oreo. Yeah. Just tell us a little bit about that, man.
Yeah. How you prep your rye and all that, because everybody does it differently. So it's always an intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
How you mash it in and all that. It's real intriguing.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, thanks guys for having me here, and I'm glad you're enjoying the drinks. So the rye, I'll start with the naming it. I called it OHRIO because I'm a Ohio State fan, and everybody does the OHIO, and everything I make, I try to name with some kind of local name. I live in Urbana, Champaign County, and I try to name everything after towns or townships and whatnot around here. So when it came to the rye, I just, I don't know, OHRIO just came to me. But what I wanted to do was make it out of as much Ohio-based ingredients as I could. So I got some Ohio blue corn, And then the rye, I honestly I don't know where that's from. I ordered it online, but it's a malted rye.
Well, if you want rye, we definitely have local rye people that can get you.
Oh, do
rye.
you?
Oh yeah, we get it from Vaughn. Actually, I've got a local guy who's growing rye. So you want rye in the future? Let me know.
Yeah,
Actually,
We'll get you rye.
Matt Cunningham out there in Marysville, I do believe he does rye too. I could be wrong. Does he do rye easy?
That's an Uncle Joey question. He came back at the right time.
Uncle Joey, does Matt Cunningham, Rustic Brew Farms, does he do rye?
I believe grow rye.
Yeah, offer it.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's right here in Marysville. So I mean, and actually he's he opened a distillery there, but it's kind of not open to the public.
He does like where you supply the grain or you buy the grain from him. You buy everything. He'll mash in, ferment, and run and barrel it for you. And then when it's ready, he's got so many bottles for you. It's actually kind of a cool little thing.
that is cool.
So start to finish, you could actually take all your own grains in and mash in whatever you want, and he'll run it for you.
Gotcha. Yeah,
And
that's
I
pretty
believe
cool.
it's a state label as well.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely take you guys up on it. I'd love to have all Ohio ingredients because only the rye is not from Ohio that I used anyways. And then I have 20 gallon still, and I run through a thumper, and I charge the thumper with pawpaw, which is Ohio State fruit, and some local honey.
You can't ever find it anywhere. It ain't like you could go get pawpaw down the road anywhere in where we're at. Like certain areas, it's populous, but you would think if it's a state fruit, we'd be able to get it everywhere.
Well, it's kind of funny you
say.
say. So I think in the area that John lives in, there are some pawpaw trees in that area, aren't there, John? You can find them in a few areas.
There are. If you know where they are, or go out looking around. Yeah, I get them from this place out of Chillicothe, or down around Chillicothe.
The place in Deer Hunt.
I feel like it would be an apple.
Those trees have been coming up like crazy last 5 years. That woods has exploded with pawpaw.
Well, damn, won't you pick us some, Matt?
Yeah.
I mean, shit, you're out there for 12 hours a day missing deer. You can at least pick a bucket full of pawpaws.
Well, hold on now, Matt. What were you doing when I showed up today?
Probably
Right before I showed up.
I was out in the garden.
Nice.
Not
Tomatoes.
picking any pawpaws.
It probably really
Have you guys ever had pawpaw?
Actually, yes. Actually, just today I have.
Yeah.
How was it, Easy? Or
What made
They
you
all look alike.
decide pawpaws?
I was trying to do all Ohio based, and that's a state fruit. So
Oh, nice.
I went with it. Yeah, I'd never actually had it before. I lived in Ohio my whole life. I've never had pawpaw until I made rye that first time, and I just made a basically a juice out of the pulp and some honey I get from a guy here in Urbana, and that's what I put in the thumper and ran it through. So that's the sweet that you're getting with the peppery rye. But to mash in, it's pretty simple recipe. It's I think I do like 52% rye or something like that, and the blue corn, sugar and yeast. And actually, Sean taught me to, rather than mill up the rye, just throw it in the fermentation barrel and throw some water on it and let it steep overnight for 24 hours, and then mash the rest of it in. And it turned out pretty good. The first time I made it, like that's a keeper.
Yeah, it some people like it real fine, which makes it more peppery.
Yeah.
And then when it gets real fine, it gets all gelatiny, like it'll clump and just it'll get this like foamy, just like a sticky bubbles of shit on it, man. Like rye's a fickle beast. So like if I use it, which is rarely, I'm going whole. And I'm just stone it in whole, man. Like that's enough spice for me. And just the trouble with it, man. Just the trouble of mashing it.
Yeah.
And like it's got to go in at a certain temp to make your life easier.
Yeah.
It could be nasty. So yeah, definitely. I like it. I like your style.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
thank you. I do make a multigrain that's corn and malted barley and malted rye. And malted rye is the the lesser of the three grains in the multigrain that I make, and I do grind that up pretty good. So
Yeah.
I like a little bit of that peppery.
It's the most. I mean, it's so much more powerful than the other grains. It doesn't require as much.
On this one, it's like the peppery comes on the back end.
Yeah.
And it just nothing in the beginning. It just got a nice sweetness in the start. I can sit and drink this all night. This
Dangerous.
my day's gonna be hard tomorrow at work.
I'm glad you like it. I really am. I was pretty happy with the way it turned out. But you make it and you're like, well, it tastes pretty good to me, but does it taste good to anyone else? That's the big test. Yeah.
So did you experiment with many Ohio corns to get to the blue, or did you know the blue was where you wanted to be, or how did that whole process?
Just went right off the bat with the blue, because I used cracked yellow corn for pretty much everything else, and but with this one I knew I wanted to stick with Ohio ingredients, and so that's what I wanted to do right off the bat.
Yeah, that's a smooth jar. That's danger in the jar right there.
Good. So, but that's it. OHRIO.
Have you ever done just a straight blue corn run?
I've not. No. I've actually never. Have I ever done a straight corn run at all? Not without sugar. I've never done just a grain, a corn run.
So Matt, what got there, Matt? Jesus Christ. John, I'm sorry.
He's hitting their eye already.
Oh man, what did
Not
John do
enough.
to you, man. Don't insult the man. He's our
Lord, I
guest.
apologize. So, what got you into distilling?
It's a little bit of a long story, but I had, I'll try to make it short. I had some health
We got a while. Make it long. You got a while. Start at the beginning. Tell us how it goes, man.
All right.
Start from the beginning.
Well, I had some health issues several years ago, pancreas and gallbladder, and in the hospital, and they yanked my gallbladder, and my pancreas was a mess, and I couldn't drink any kind of alcohol at all after that. And so there's like 3 years where I was just totally dry. And one wedding, I decided, well, I want to have a little taste of this champagne here, and see what happens. And I was able to tolerate it. And what I found out through this trial and error was that there were some alcohols that I could drink and some that I couldn't. And at that point, anything that had been in a barrel, I couldn't drink. But if it was unaged, anything, I could have it, or clear, so vodka, some tequilas. And that's when I really kind of fell in love with moonshine. I'd had moonshine a few times prior to that, and I never had any good stuff. And then,
So you must have got that from Matt.
Oh,
I didn't know. So
I got to take the jabs when I can. Sorry.
So yes, I found some good moonshine, and that became my drink of choice. And then that got me interested in moonshining, and of course started watching, moonshiners and master distiller and that sort of thing, and thought, I want to do this because I like to cook, and making moonshine to me is just another form of cooking. So it made it a whole lot easier for me to find moonshine that I liked, without having to look all over the place and creep around. And you can't get good moonshine off a shelf in a store, or I don't think very little. But that's what I wanted, and so that's what I did.
It's funny you connect the enjoying cooking, and I agree. I also enjoy cooking, and there's different parts of throwing your mash together and getting that whole process going. That if you do enjoy cooking, it's you kind of get that same buzz or thrill if you enjoy cooking when you get your mash together. So, there's something to be said for small craft distillation and doing the small mashes. You can put that little extra into it. I don't know. I feel like there's a little something extra to those.
Yeah. Yeah, and for me, I'd watch the shows, and everybody that was on the shows were talking about, it's in their blood, when they taste whatever they make, they make it seem like, man, that's some really good stuff, and I just wanted to do that too, and I get a lot of what they were saying, back in those days, is that once you start it's really hard not to do it anymore, especially if you feel like you're doing all right at it. And I didn't start out all right at it. I had pretty bad experience the first time out. So
I think it's about everybody did, unless you had someone standing there basically telling you what to do.
Yeah.
Well,
not a shot at Uncle Joey or nothing, but
I've been very fortunate. I make these guys come over and literally hold my hand. So
I always tell people it's kind of like making a cake. Anybody can make a cake, right? Anybody can bake a cake, but making a good cake, that takes some practice and skill. And it's the same with liquor. Anybody can make liquor if they want to.
And I guess it's kind of like that first time I mashed in, I was really uncomfortable doing it. But once I did it, I felt like an idiot for being so uncomfortable doing it.
Yeah.
Because it really isn't. If you just follow the process and do what you're supposed to do, it can be done by about anybody. It really can.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it a lot in beginners. Shit, I remember when Sturge first got that keg, he was afraid to even hook it up. Like, he wouldn't even hook it up. Like, hey man, you think you could come over and we could steam this out? And I'm like, yeah, but bro, just hook it up, man. Well, don't be such a puss. Like,
Yeah,
it'd be all right, man. Just like at first because you're not sure, you all these myths throughout the years of you're gonna blow up, you're gonna die, you're gonna burn yourself to death, burn your house down, like, well, yeah, that's possible, but don't be a super dumbass and you be all right,
I mean, people have gas stoves in their homes. They use pressure cookers. I mean, everything's dangerous. It all depends on how you look at it. I mean, you got to pay attention to what you're doing with really anything, I feel like. So,
yeah, my grandma used to use a pressure cooker, to put her beans up, can her beans. It isn't any less dangerous doing that. So,
yep. And, you have some people that will put a pot on a burner, and they'll clamp off every inlet or outlet the thing has to try to boil water, and you show up and you're like, man, I should have let that go.
You know what I found out though, because when I started, I really didn't know anybody that made moonshine, and what I found out later was that there's this great community and everybody's willing to help. I've run across very few kind of dicks, that are just jerks. But usually, hey, I got a question for you.
That's Sean.
No, and you're right. It is a wonderful community. Now, I will say you may not always get the best information, but you will get a lot of information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and everybody's opinion is different. Like in the book, I've mentioned this several times. It's like, moonshine is like making chili. Everybody thinks their chili's the best. And, everybody's got an opinion on how you put it together. And you ask one person, you get 10 different answers. Right. So,
well, and that's like when I see people, they ask about recipes, I mean, in my opinion, it's not the recipe that makes the liquor.
Yeah.
You need recipes.
Yeah. Well, five different people can make the same recipe, and every one of them could taste different,
Mm-hmm.
It's just build a foundation. Once you get the foundation, you can make any recipe you want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, well, anyways, like I said, I got into distilling, and really enjoyed it. Became a pretty big hobby, and at the time, or back a little bit before I started distilling, I was doing some consulting work, some business consulting, and I had a previous book out at that time. And so I was doing a lot of blogging and stuff like that. And I wrote this blog one time because it occurred to me as I was watching one of the early episodes of Moonshiners that, hey, some of these backwoods guys have some pretty good business chops. I mean, they know what they're doing. They know how to price things. They know how to market things. They know how to, build a brand. And these are solid business lessons that anybody can take away, any kind of industry. And so I wrote a little blog piece about that. And in the blog, I said, someday I'll write a book about this. And that was about 11 years ago that I wrote that blog post. So the concept hit me then. And it took me several years to finally get the time to sit down and put the book together. And so I'm about 2.5 years into that process now. And the book actually comes out September 15th. So by the time it comes out, it will almost be a 3-year project.
Wow.
Putting it together. So.
That's awesome.
I know the little bit that you sent us to look at. I thought it was pretty cool. You tell a little bit about yourself, your family background, a little bit about your father owned a bar. Am I not mistaken?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He bought a bar and grill in Anna, Ohio. That's where I originally am from. And he bought it at a great time, man, because he bought it right around the time I was coming of drinking age. My friends and I were coming of drinking age. So that was pretty cool. Hey, you want to go to Dad's bar? And he'd throw us the keys and let us close up as long as we cleaned up, and so but that's pretty cool. But yeah, he bought this bar. He bought it. It was pretty trashy when he bought it. Pretty questionable crowd that would hang out there, and it was the kind of place that would sell anything to anybody that was willing to fork over a little bit of cash, and so he bought it with a different kind of vision in mind. He kind of wanted a local hangout where where I grew up, it's mostly construction workers, factory workers, a lot of people that hunt and fish and that, and he wanted to serve that crowd, but he also wanted to, during certain hours, have kind of a family atmosphere too, where people could bring the family in for dinner, and so he did that for a number of years, and I learned an awful lot from him without really knowing that I was learning much from him. I didn't think of him as an entrepreneur or anything like that. He was just dad, and he owned a bar. And but I worked there on and off. He'd have events. I'd work his events, and just learned an awful lot. Like I say, without really knowing it. It was many years later. I'm like, well, shit. Dad taught me that, without teaching me it.
So talk a little bit about your very first taste of moonshine.
Very first taste of moonshine was I was in high school, and this guy, I don't know where he got it from. It was a party, and New Year's Eve party, and it was terrible. I remember sitting in a closet later that night. So it must have been pretty powerful. I didn't include that story in the book, but a couple that I included in the book were my next couple of times trying moonshine. One was actually at Dad's bar. There was a regular that came in that made it, and he'd bring it into the bar once in a while. And Dad didn't really care too much, as long as nobody was causing any trouble and being real obvious about it. So I had some of that. It was really not good. And then the next time I really had some moonshine, and I tell about this in the book too. This guy that I worked with, he was a lot older than me, but he the night before, some dude in a truck, the truck broke down in front of this guy's house, and he came knocking on the door asking for help. And so this guy Herman helped him out, got the truck off the road, and helped to get him going again. And the guy says, I can't pay you for helping me out, but I can give you this gallon jug of what he called homemade tequila. And so this guy Herman didn't drink, but he took the jug, and he knew I liked tequila. So he brought it into work the next day and said, hey, I have this gallon jug of homemade tequila. Would you like to have it? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And God, it was awful. It was terrible. It was so hot. I don't know. I have no idea what proof it was, but
All of it.
it was just terrible. And I thought at that point, I'm never gonna have moonshine again. It's just I had 3 bad experiences. I just
Hey, you
had,
gotta get back on that horse, man.
yeah, that's right. I just hadn't had anything.
Eventually,
So
you get a good one.
if it's something that you make, what do you prefer to make for you to drink? If you could drink anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The favorite thing I make is I call it St. Paris Pisco. St. Paris is a town next to Urbana, and
That's my name.
Pisco is basically grape brandy, but Pisco's Peru or Chile, and it's only made there. So I decided I wanted to kind of try my hand at a version of it. I got a little bit nerdy and I kind of studied the grapes that they use and what the flavor profiles of those grapes are, and came up with a combination that I really like. It is not Pisco, but I call it St. Paris Pisco. It's a great brandy.
Well, I have had some of that.
Oh, have you?
Oh, yeah. I think we all have had some of that, and I think we were all going to fist fight over the jar.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
That Pisco.
I don't remember.
When Sean lived in Enon, we all stood in the driveway and drank that Pisco. Never mind.
You know how long ago that was? Like, you said when Sean lived. Like, how I didn't even know he moved for 6 months. Matt either, So
Sean moved
one time in his driveway. Like, I don't remember that, but it's possible. I was just saying, I was just trying to jog my memory on it, but
The Pisco was damn good. I think I've
Very
still got
good.
a little bit upstairs.
Yeah, I'm about out. Maybe I better make some before I tear everything down.
How is that to make? Is that a brutal process? Is that a
No, I cheat on that one. So I don't find the grapes and crush them. I've landed on a combination of 3 different wine bases, and I used 4 gallons, but 3 different wine bases, and pour them in the barrel. Put my water in. I do add some sugar, not a bunch, but a little bit. And that's it. Throw in the yeast and let her go. It takes a couple weeks for that stuff to ferment, 2 to 3 weeks, depending, and then run it. That Pisco is run once, right? They distill it to proof, the real stuff. But I go through the thumper, so basically getting a double distillation out of it. And,
clean it up a little bit?
it's hillbilly stuff around here. You put your own twang on it and do it your way, the way you like it. Like,
yeah.
So do you normally run a thumper, or do you normally do a strip and a spirit run, or what's your preference on things?
I normally run the thumper, and that's good enough for me. I like what comes out, so I'm satisfied with it. So don't really see a lot of reason to change that up for myself.
The one and done.
Yeah. I ran some. What was that, Uncle Joey, that time without a thumper? You remember what that was when I give you that?
Oh man, I don't remember what that was.
But anyway, he ran it again.
Yes, I
And he
did.
put
Oh,
some-
it was something that had a lacto infection, is what it was.
Okay, yeah. And I didn't run through a thumper, and I hated it. And I was like, "Here you go," because that was when he just got started. And
So
man,
Joey fixed it for you.
Well, yeah, it took him 14 different runs to get it done.
Nah, you remember what I did with it? Pickle juice. I put spicy pickle juice in my jar rig and turned it into like it actually didn't do too bad because it had a weird aftertaste. That lacto, man, it was weird. So I ran it again, and then I ran it through pickle juice, and it cleaned it up a lot, man. It really did.
You never know what you're gonna get when you get that lacto, man. It could be
Yeah.
fruity and pineapple-y and fantastic, or it could be nasty and grungy and disgusting and going to be apple pie eventually.
Yeah, it had a weird flavor to it, man. I had to do something with it. I got some spicy dill pickles and filled my thumper jar with it.
Yep. Well, and I feel like a lot of the people that start without a thumper, they never really jump into using one. I think a lot of it is like how you start out and what you learn on, and what kind of, like, the process, what kind of a process you land on.
It's the same reason why people don't upgrade from their Vever stills. They just upgrade their Vever still because that's their first one, man. And just you fall in love with that first one. Hell, Uncle Joey was, he ran that 3-gallon because it's the first one he ever ran so much he just couldn't get enough of it. He ran it until he could run that thing in his sleep and make love to it at the same time. And it's just the first one you run, you fall in love with, man. No matter how much trouble it gives you, it's your thing, and then some people, they don't move on, they just upgrade what they have, or some people are like, man, I need a copper pot. Honest to God, man, all copper rigs the way, invest the money. Start cheap, but then just invest the money in that copper rig, man. It'll last you a lifetime. You'll pass it down to your friends, or your family, and just make sure you put a Landry valve on it, man. You'll be all right.
Yeah, you don't want that thing imploding or exploding.
Yeah.
Do you have any kind of stories about that?
About imploding it still?
You ever implode a still?
I definitely do. I know that's why you asked. But the very first time I ran, I imploded the still, and
too bad we don't have a picture of it.
Yeah, I got a picture online. So if you go to my website, champagneshine.com, and go into the blog section, there's a blog about it, and there's a picture with the blog of the brand new still, just crumpled like a beer can. And it was my stupidity, lack of knowledge, and greed that chewed it up in the end.
Expensive lesson.
It was a very expensive lesson, but I learned it.
Well, and after reading a little bit of your book, it really was a kick, because it wasn't like you were just ran out and bought that still. You had to do some convincing to get that little beauty. So you finally got it, and then that's what you did to it. You probably didn't even want to tell the wife, man.
Oh, she was right there.
Nice.
She was right there with me when it happened. Yeah, I did have the convincer. She thought for sure I would not get a still because, like I say, I was doing independent consulting work back then, and I had a client that just wasn't paying me, and he owed me a lot of money, and I thought, hell, I'm never going to see that money. And I told my wife Carol one day I'd like to buy a still and start making some moonshine. And she said, "I'll tell you what, if so and so ever pays you, you can buy that still." And it was just a few weeks later, and he called up and said he was willing to pay me 2/3 of what he owed me,
Nice.
which was better than nothing, and better than what I would have got if I'd have taken him to court. So I took it, and she's like, "Well, I know he didn't pay you everything, but he paid you. So, my promise is my promise." So I went out and bought the still, and then I crunched it. Yeah.
Hey, you're not lying, Daniel Stevens.
Yeah. You'll have that every now and again.
And that was that was his still that you were proving it.
Yes, it was. And the one that my phone went for a swim.
Yeah.
Didn't you almost open a distillery a while back?
Me?
Yeah.
Took a couple swings. Didn't get real far. Didn't get past the facility. And that's been the big challenge. I still would like to do that someday, but it's finding the location, the building,
And then waiting.
and waiting. That's the real killer, because you've
Yeah.
got the building. You either bought it and you're making payments on it, or you're
renting
leasing it and you're making payments, and that's going to be 12, 18 months that you're just money out the door.
2.5 years,
Yeah.
You got a real good lawyer, So if you're going to do it, man, pay the money and just get a real good lawyer. And,
Yeah.
And that's what I've learned from talking to all these guys, especially guys that are just trying to do it on their own. And some of them eventually are like, dude, I had to pay a good lawyer to get it done for me. And then, a lot of guys are like, man, it took me forever because I did it on my own. And some people are like, dude, I got a lawyer from the start and it was really fast. So it just seems like if you're going to do a distillery in Ohio, have that money to just pay a really good lawyer and just have them get it done for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. And have some kind of a plan too. I mean, just because you can make good liquor doesn't mean you can run a legal distillery, right, and be successful at it.
Absolutely.
There's a whole lot that you got to think about, and a whole lot of other. I think a whole lot of other revenue streams that you got to think about besides just selling the liquor. So
you should have made that decision a little sooner, Bennett.
Oh.
Was there moonshine involved though?
Oh yes, there was.
100%.
And the ALE.
Yeah, and ALE and disappearing stills and jar rigs and stuff. So just
It'll be all right.
Learn. Yeah. Damn. Sean don't give a shit about you, Bennett.
Did you not see the balls he was busting in mine earlier?
You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
You'll be all right.
It's Iowa this year. You'll be all right.
He's retired now.
Yeah, forced retirement. It's kind of like when Barry bonds you out. You blackballed. You can't. Well, nobody's gonna sign you anymore, man. Just going ahead and fade off to the sunset. No Hall of Fame for you either.
Right.
Yeah, he said it was only $14,000 to get out of it, to make everything go away.
Did you buy a new still from North Georgia?
He could have done that a couple weeks ago, but he chose not to.
Oh, I bet it was worth it. That thing wound up in West Virginia, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Nice.
I think near the Charleston area, wherever that guy's from.
Yep, not far from old Hooch. I told him next time he come, we all go to Hatfields, he needs to come over.
Yeah.
Just going ahead and up the ante of people that meet us there. It's definitely a great time.
What prompted you to send your book to the Buffalo Trace, John? I read that little excerpt in your book where was that the master distiller? Did you just take a shot in the dark and say, I'm going to send this in and see what they say? Is that how that?
Yeah. So in the book, I talk a fair amount about my dad, but the original draft of the book, I had these little stories that had my dad in it, kind of chopped up and scattered. And first people that reviewed the book said, hey, you ought to collect that all up and kind of present it in one place and put it early in the book. So it ended up being kind of a story about my dad, but it included Buffalo Trace. And once that all kind of came together, I just thought, I wonder if Buffalo Trace would have any interest at all in reviewing the book and maybe providing some sort of review. And so I just went out, to their website and found their marketing people and just reached out. And I mean, they were super cool. They right away were like, yeah, send it over. We'll take a look at it. First they're like, we like this. I was a little nervous because there's a story in the book about just barely losing to Buffalo Trace in a taste test at a family taste test. And I was a little worried they might be like, who the hell you think you are, just barely losing to us. But they're like, nope, we love it. Keep it. And then, they provided me with this little blurb from Harlan Wheatley, who's their master distiller. And it was just really cool of them, to allow me to put their name on my book, a pretty big deal. I was pretty happy about that, but it was just a whim.
What did you say his name was?
Harlan Wheatley.
Harlan Whitley.
Great.
Yeah,
It's a
who,
great distillery name.
They have a vodka. Yeah, that's their Wheatley vodka.
Sounds more like a bourbon name.
So what's your favorite? Not to throw you under the bus too quick after that topic you were just on, but if you had to buy a bottle of liquor from a store, what would be your favorite one to drink?
Well, Buffalo Trace is one that I'll buy more often than anything else, just because, well, I like it, but also just the memories of my dad. He passed away a couple of years ago, and that was his thing. You know, the family would get together, and he'd have a bottle of Buffalo Trace, and we'd stand in a circle and pass it around. So that's kind of my go-to. It's both a matter of taste and just memories.
Oh yeah.
It's more readily available now, and it's fair price too. I mean, it's
Yeah.
definitely, definitely one that you could, worth buying and sharing. For sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to go to Michigan anymore to find it.
No, it's everywhere now. It used to be you had to send Uncle Joey to wait in line for it or something like that.
Yeah. Somebody was telling me that they thought that was maybe related to the Canadian tariffs. Did you guys have any idea why? Because there's others, like Eagle Rare you can find now, and
Ohio unallocated a lot of it, and then they also, a lot of these distilleries, they have so much, and they stop releasing a little bit at a time and just teasing the market. They're like, oh damn, we've teased the market so long, made it to where people are reselling our bottles for 4 times the amount, but we have 1 million gallons of this liquor sitting in barrels. We got to put more out. So I think they're putting more out because Uncle Joey didn't secondary bottles crash. Phil Billy was telling me about how Weller secondary bottles aren't worth what they used to be. Yeah.
It was all in the who was distributing their product. They had some major issue with their distributor. I think their distributor was had a little hookup and was secondhand marketing the bottles. But now that they've got their distributor back in line, they're everywhere, man. These bottles are all over the place. And yeah, you are right. It has killed the secondary market. Like I like a lot of these bottles are basically going for what you buy them for now. There's not a lot of big push for some of the Wellers like there used to be.
Supply and demand, they're like, oh, hold on, you guys are making more money off this than we are on our bottles. Oh, hold on, there's something wrong here. We're going to sell more, and we're going to cut that out. So
Yeah.
that's what big businesses do. It's what they could do. So
I need something to hold this up.
So your book tells a lot about you and a lot about your history, John. So tie that all together into the whole picture. I mean, describe your book. If you could describe it for us, what exactly is that book? What title, what class of a book would that be in? Because it's kind of a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it crosses a couple of categories. The main purpose is to present just thoughts on how to run a business or be a better leader, but trying to do it in a way that's not boring old business junk, and stuff that just anybody can relate to. You don't have to be, in business or a business owner to appreciate, I think, some of the things that I'm trying to present in the book, which again, on from these moonshiners and just their practicality and their approach to things, making something out of nothing. And we all can do it no matter what our position in life is. So that's what I really tried to do.
I like your against the grain kind of approach to things, the kind of bucking the norm, so to speak, do whatever you feel comfortable with, not what everybody expects you to do.
Yeah. Don't follow the crowd. Just make your own way.
Yeah.
So, who did you have publish that? Was it an online deal or was it? I mean, I don't know how that.
Yeah. So I'm self-publishing this one. The other one I had a publisher for. This one I'm doing myself and doing it through Amazon. There's a process that's too lengthy and boring to get into here. But if anybody wants to hear about it or has a question about it, they can shoot me an email or look me up on Facebook or LinkedIn or something, and happy to share. But yeah, there's a process to it, and then there's a whole process to a lot of the book. Not all, but a lot of it focuses on marketing and branding and all that kind of stuff too. And so I'm actually following a lot of my own advice and trying to get the book out there and the website out there. So I'm doing blog posts. I've got a podcast that's also called Against the Grain that just launched a couple weeks ago. And there's just this whole, I've got this whole marketing plan, right? And it's just this whole process, not just, you don't just write it and then pump it onto Amazon. There's a crap load that goes into it.
So where you mentioned podcasts, where can everybody find this podcast?
So same thing, everything, you can find everything at champagneshine.com. And again, Champaign is spelled like Champaign County in Ohio, or Urbana-Champaign in Illinois. So it's CHAMPAIGN, shine.com. And there's a podcast tab there. There's a blog tab there. Get information about the book. The book's actually only available through Amazon, but I've got the link to it on my website. And right now, Kindle is available for pre-order, but you can't pre-order the hard copy. So the release date is September 15th, and that's when you can get either Kindle or hard copy.
And then the audio book, you voiced that whole thing, right?
Yeah. So the first book, I did the audios. I think it's actually pretty bad. But the audio of the first book, it's called Business is Art, is out on Amazon. And I haven't done an audio yet for Against the Grain. I likely will. I plan to, but first focused on the Kindle version and the paperback version, getting that out, and then I'll circle back around to an audio version. And I don't know if I'll do it. If I do, I'll do it way different than I did the first one. But I may find somebody to narrate.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what kind of things, when it comes to distilling, have you not tried yet that you really want to?
I haven't tried all grain without sugar at all. I just haven't had the patience for it. And, I don't think it's something I want to do by myself the first time.
Enzymes. Use enzymes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those high
temp.
Alpha. Yeah, glucose and alpha. Yep.
So simple, so easy. Shay, we get together. You can we can show you how to do it real simple. I use the steep method, man. You got to sit there and row no boats. Just dump your boiling water right on your corn, man, and dump your high temp. As soon as you dump that rolling boiling water on that.
So Joey don't know nothing like that.
You steeped all grain?
Yeah.
No cook. Okay.
Yep. No cook. You don't have to worry about scorching it. You don't have to row that boat. Just get you a vessel you can trap your heat in. Dump you bring your water to a rolling boil and dump it on there. As soon as you dump your water on there, add your high temp. Add your high temp when you dump, because your water goes on there, it's automatically dropping temp. You know what I'm saying? From that boil down to 190-ish, it's all right to go ahead and add that high temp. Give her a mix, put your head on there, man, and just come back every 30 minutes and give it a stir, and just let it sit there until it gets down. I believe glucose you add in at like 145. I'm pretty sure the liquid goes in around 145. Yeah. And once it's down to 145, man, you just add that glucose in there, give it a mix. You'll see it'll go from a pasty sludge
right down to liquid.
To just that liquid, man, and there's all your sugars. And then if for some reason you don't have enough sugar, then add some dextrose, put some corn sugar in there. Still corn. It's just sugar made from corn. So, that's how you bump your all grain and still keep it all grain. if you have to. Dude, you do it one time, and you just gotta be patient. Now, or you can take your pan, fill it up with a couple gallons of water, boil that water, put your grain in there, and stir the shit out of it so it don't burn. And once you row in that boat, and once you get it to 190 degrees, you got to hold it there for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
190 degrees. And you better mix because it's getting thick. It's getting, it's gelatizing. It's getting thick. And, 90 minutes and you cut your heat off. And then you can add your high temp. Or if you're using barley, then you wait for it to come down to temp. But yeah, I like the steep method because rowing the boat's a lot of work, man.
Yeah.
Well, and you do it that way. You take the scorch completely out of the picture,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why you see those guys rig up those mixers over top of their barrels, and they got that mixer in there spinning.
Yeah. Well, and you can get that powder enzyme or whatever, but that stuff, I mean, in my opinion, it's a hit or miss.
Yeah, powder's finicky. You're either going to use liquid, which is almost sure as long as you hit your temps, or you're going to do it old school way and use barley. Use some 6-row and hit it around 155 degrees.
Well, and most distilleries that do use barley, they still use the liquid enzymes because you leave some on the table.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah. Because every barley's different. Every barley, your diastatic power is different than the other barley, even if it's 6-row, and it's hard to get full conversions, and that's why most distilleries they're not doing grain conversions, not full grains. But you go to Hatfields, that's all he's doing is full grain, which is you could tell, but he's using liquid enzymes.
Yeah.
Like, it's a must nowadays. It's full. It gets everything for you. So. Yeah,
Yep. And that's another thing, John. I don't know if you have ever been to Hatfield's Distillery right there in Sissonville, West Virginia, John, but definitely worth a trip. If you like old school ways, Mark is the person to go see. And it's actually really cool because he's got like 200-300 gallon stills that sits outside. He runs them outside year round.
Oh.
Ferment's open in totes. Totes just open, fermenting out there,
And it's plumbed to where the piping runs through the wall, and the condensers are inside the building.
Because
So he collects.
your liquor has to be produced. I think that's a law thing. Like your liquor has to come out inside your building, but your stills can be out outside there. Like it's definitely, and you'll get hammered at that bar, man. Especially you start talking liquor with old Mark, man. He'll be like, "Yeah, try what you want. Try what you want." And you're like, here you go, try this. Oh, shit, I want to try that. I want to try this. And then at the end, you're in the back filling 10-year bottles. Like, yeah, I want me a 10-year bottle. And I like free figs. I like fig Newtons.
Yep, me too. Well, Grandma raised me on them.
Yeah, I ain't no problem with figs, man.
Hell no.
But yeah, it's definitely we talk about it all the time, man. It is. I love Hatfield's Distillery. It is. I love that place.
But the only thing about full conversion is you got to use so much grain.
Yeah, about 3 pounds per gallon. So a 10-gallon mash is 30 pounds of corn. And if you do all grain, man, you got to sour mash it at least twice, in my opinion, just to make it worth it.
Yeah.
And if you do sour mash it, you could just go right back on it with white sugar, or you could use dextrose if you want to pay for.
Or you can be like Uncle Joey, and you can use 30 pounds of grain the first time. The second time, you can just fucking double it. Why not?
So it did 3 pounds again, right in the same barrel.
Right in the same barrel.
Nice. I mean, hopefully, had enough headroom. Was it a big barrel?
Mm-hmm. It was a big one. Yeah.
All right. Well, at least
Hey, you know what? That's the beauty of it. Huh?
It worked off in 4 days.
Was that when it was 150 degrees outside?
Not just this last 4 days.
So it was when it was 90 degrees outside.
Right.
But you know what? That's the beauty about this, man. If you're in a distillery or whatever, you have to write everything down. But like Uncle Joey or me or whoever, like you can just do whatever you want.
That's all I ever do.
Fuck it, it'll be all right.
We had that little mash class on Saturday, and we're doing the fruit, and they're like, "Well, how much?" And I'm like, "I just add that in there, man. Like, don't worry about it. Like, you get too caught up on amounts and like, oh, this amount of this and this amount of that. Like, look, man, just prepare your fruit, throw you some sugar in there, add some water, and then drop that triple scale in there, and that's when you got to worry about making adjustments. And you got 2 adjustments. It either needs more water or more sugar. That's it. Like, trust that triple scale. Don't get so caught up on that. You know, like I just like it'll be all right. Like I'm gonna do another mash class at Farm to Bottle at the end of August, and that's what I'm gonna do. Like, yeah, we just throwing this stuff in here, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like you ever been in an old lady's kitchen? You know, like she don't have nothing written down. She's just like, bap out a little bit, bam.
Well, and I feel like a lot of people that are new to it, they dig too deep in the scientific part of it, and which is great because it is science, you know.
And overthink it.
Exactly, and overthink it, and then that's where I think a lot of times people just go sideways and they mess something up, and they're like, well, "Shit, I don't know."
Yeah, and people could get too far down in their own rabbit hole sometimes. I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, the thing, like John, like you haven't done full conversion, but clearly you've done some.
Yeah.
And I don't think I think personally you would nail it right on the head the first time, especially if you use liquid enzymes, you wouldn't have a problem, a bit of a problem.
It's almost impossible to mess up liquid enzymes unless you don't account for your corn being frozen and dropping your water temp. Beyond that, you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying?
If I can do it, anybody can.
Hey, the 2x4 is the love part, man. Like if you don't beat your fruit with a 2x4, that's the old school way. Whatever you got. Like here's a 2x4. Beat the hell out of that fruit, man. We don't need sanitary. We ain't bottling this.
Or calling you hacksaw.
And you got to mix it with a hoe.
I mean, if nothing else, you're heating that shit up to 200 some degrees. It'll be all right.
Yeah, once it's on,
and if it comes out and you don't like it, just run it through again and make vodka. And
worst case scenario, turn it in that apple pie.
Yeah.
Once it's got brown sugar and apple cider and apple juice and all that delicious cinnamon in there.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna taste how bad it was.
That is one thing I have noticed, even when I was running that 3-gallon. I forget what kind of mash I made, and it turned out terrible. Threw it in, reran it, and I turned it into some kind of a flavor. So, I mean, even a bad run,
it don't matter.
Big distilleries save their tails, filter them, and make their sipping cream and shit with them. Yep. And that's why they hit you so hard the next day. It is the fake sugar and all the sugar you ingested and all that cream, but it's the tails in there that really made you feel bad the next day. I do
that. I save the tails and run them, and then every fall I'll make pecan pie.
Tails run is legit. Like save your tails, do a big run, you get high proof of nice flavorless liquor.
Yeah.
We run.
Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Oh no, I was just want to talk about like the full. Some people don't like fully converted corn. Like, I mean, I can appreciate the good liquor, but I started on Uncle Jesse's sweet sour mash, basically. Where it's sugar and cracked corn, and like even to this day, like they'll get some jars somewhere down in Tennessee and be like, "Here, try this." And they'll be like, "Man, this is so damn clean. I don't like it." Well, I like it because I don't like the converted corn. You know what I mean? I don't like the grungy, real corny. I love just about any other grain but corn.
Yeah, I've had just the all corn, no sugar, and the corn taste was just too hard. It was just too much. I didn't care for it.
Now the best corn liquor I've had, like all corn, was Prohibition 1920s, and Phil's super sweet corn from the frozen stuff.
Hey, Phil Billy's got a hell of a frozen corn recipe. I've made a couple batches of that. That's legit. It really is. If you do a small run, that frozen sweet corn, man, the flavor on that is unbelievable. It really is. You just got to make sure you thaw it out enough when you throw your hot water on there.
Thaw your corn first, because if it's frozen, it's like a bunch of little ice cubes. So it will drop your water temp.
How did you find that out? Was that
they're busting balls because I made this recipe. Man, I ran it like 3 times. I'm sorry, I ran it twice, and on the third time I ran it, I couldn't figure out, man, why my temperature was so damn low. Like I dumped my hot water in, and my temperature just dropped. Well, I was in a big old freaking hurry and didn't let my damn corn thaw out.
Imagine that.
My corn
Imagine
was
that.
cold as shit. I was so frustrated, man. These guys are straight. You got to get that water to a rolling boil.
He got tired of asking me because I just kept saying the same thing. Like, what do you want? I'm not there. I don't know the details of what's going on. I just know if you get that shit to a rolling ass boil, it's gonna be all right. Unless you're dumping it over ice cubes, it ain't gonna be all right. You know.
But yeah, if you ever get a hankering, John, get you some frozen sweet corn and give it a try, man. It's damn good.
All right.
Now they say you don't have to convert the starches in it because they're readily available, but there's still convertible starches in there that are definitely worth just a little dab of high temp. You know, like why not?
Yeah. I feel like I'm not bona fide until I've done an all grain.
Well, you know, you need corn. I got what do you want to run? You know, you want to do some Jimmy Red.
Yeah.
Sounds like you already used the blue. So
Yep.
I love that blue, man.
What corn do interest you? What would you like to run?
Well, I mean, what I normally do is just yellow crack corn. But I'd like to try. I mean, there's not enough time in the day, right? I'd like to try everything.
Right.
So everything sounds great.
Yeah, if you could do it for a living, you'd definitely try everything.
Yeah.
If you had the time, and that's what you did. So
I'd like to try the Jimmy Red sometime. I've tasted it, and I've never worked with it though.
Did you like it?
I kind of. It wasn't my favorite, but you know, I'm curious. So
it's an aging corn. It's oily, and it's an aging corn. You know, I'm not big on aging clear liquor, but when you get them red corns, man, I think they're better when they're aged, unless you really smooth them out with like wheat and oats to really balance and tame down that oiliness. Then I think they're better off if you throw them in a barrel.
Have you ever used many oats in your distillation, John?
I use so I make a 20-gallon mash typically, right? And I'll usually throw a cup to a pound of oats in most of any of the grain recipes I'm making. So
nice.
Yeah.
So he knows what he's doing.
What about the oats do you like? Is it the mouthfeel? Is it the way it kind of pulls a little bit of the flavor down? Because it does kind of, I think, it gives it a little earthiness too.
It does. And actually, I failed to mention that the OH actually has a pound of oats in it.
I thought you told me it did.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think it just, for me, it just kind of smooths it out. I don't know.
They do, man.
You know, I'd like to say it's the mouthfeel, but I don't know exactly what I mean when I say that, you know. I guess I'd have to have a multiple samples in front of me to know. I know what tastes good and what feels good when I have it.
When you try an all rye, it's got like I want to say like a grunginess to it, you know, like it hits your palate a little harder on the aftertaste. And then once you put like the oats and the wheat in there, the end, like the aftertaste isn't so grungy and isn't so powerful. And I think that's what we're talking about when we're talking about mouthfeel, is like we're really toning down the afterness, the grunginess by adding oats to it. Like Sean's talking about with the Uncle Jesse's, and I want it like that because he likes it grungy. Like it's a real grungy flavor because it is just corn and sugar. And traditionally they use bread yeast in that area. So if you give somebody something without bread yeast on it, they don't like it. They want it to punch you in the face. So that's one of those things that just they said Gordon's bran flakes. Sean, you've bran quite a bit in the past, right?
Yeah, wheat bran, man. It works good to cap off a barrel, and it makes a mess.
Oh yeah, it rises. One of those things that rise, like
Yeah.
Usually, you learn the hard way about grains and fruits that cap up real heavy because you run the same thing all the time. You're like, yeah, I got this much room. That's all I need. That's all I need. And then you just something a little different, man. A little bit of oats, like stick oats. They fluff up real big, and bran. They'll cap up bananas. Shit like that just caps up big, man, and you're just not ready for it. So.
I'll tell you one thing I've never made that I thought tasted good. I've made peach brandy multiple times, and every time I just think it tastes like shit. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Go watch my peach brandy video. You'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
All right, I'll do
Big
that.
Easy's peach brandy, man. It's simple. It's easy.
Make sure you have time to watch it because it's like a 45-minute video.
Hey, look, my videos are long and informational, so buckle up. And there ain't a whole lot of them, but what's there, it's quality. So,
Length don't matter if it's good, right?
Yeah, just like I tell you all lady, like, hey, man, it might only be 30 seconds, but it's going to be the best 30 seconds of your month.
Definitely not her life. That's right.
It might get better next month. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So
After she boots your ass out.
when you did your peach brandy, John, did you use your thumper?
I did. Yeah.
what'd you put in that thumper?
I put some of the wash.
See, I don't like reusing wash because, like, when you open your pot and you smell that cooked wash,
Yeah.
it stank. And so I don't like cooking my mash. Use fresh fruit, schnapps, peach schnapps. I learned that from Sean. Works the best.
Put it in the thumper, not in the finished product.
Yeah. Put it in the thumper. That's a good tip. That's definitely a pro tip. I'm putting that in the app. Peach schnapps goes in the thumper, not the end product. Or if you do put it in the end product, at least tell me it's a mixed drink. Don't lie to me about it.
Don't listen. Don't call it a brandy.
You're damn right. All right. I think
There's a backstory back then. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely try put some schnapps in your thumper next time.
All right.
Y'all make sure you go check out champagneshine.com. I'm over here checking it out. I think Uncle Joey's gonna buy me a shirt.
I thought he was buying all of one
when they come out. But man,
hey, speaking of which, did he pay you the $50 today?
Hell, he didn't. He tater carded me again.
You said you were going to cash app him.
and imagine that those ferals went to the storage unit.
Hey, listen, I'm still waiting on a cash app for a T-shirt, so I feel you.
Hey,
for me?
No, he's talking about from the 10 man.
No.
Yeah, you are. You're beefing between them and
I'm not.
Chris called you out again over his T-shirt, man. Like I don't know his deal with it, but like just get the man a T-shirt, please. I'll pay for it.
Hey, John, there's a real cool event going on up in Milford Center at the end of August. They're doing a benefit run. A guy puts on a benefit. It's a real cool thing, man. It really is. They raise money and they donate it to a heart transplant patient.
Yep, and Tater's coming up from Tennessee. I think us three. Yeah, Judd will be there. Us three from. He'll talking Big Easy. He's a piece of shit.
I am. I'm not gonna be in any condition to drive there unless Uncle Joey wants to come pick me up.
But it's last year was a good time, man. And what did they raise last year? It was like $12,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was over 10 grand. I think it was around 10 grand last year. We're all doing a bunch of stuff, and so you should come down to Far in the Bottle on Friday, and then hit the 10 man on Saturday. That's the plan.
But,
weekend.
Huh?
That's a big weekend.
It is. Yeah, it's the last weekend of August, or second last. I don't know, whatever. The 28th that weekend, 26th, whatever.
The last full weekend of August. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, and some things happened, and both events were on the same day. No fault of the 10-man, and so,
No. And we're just trying to do what we can do, trying to help support a local.
Yeah.
I was just busting Dan's balls there a little bit. So, all right, we'll let y'all get out of here, man. Y'all check out his website and look for
ChampagneShine.com.
Yep, it's in the comments along the way.
Do you have a web or like a Facebook page, Champagne Shine? Do you have any other things you want to talk about like that real quick?
Yeah, Facebook, Champagne Shine, Instagram, Champagne Shine. And then I'm also out on X and LinkedIn. You can just find me by my name.
Nice. So is the podcast a live thing you do often, or is that something that you're looking towards doing?
It's a recorded, so it's not live. Probably one a week. So we just launched first two. The third one launches Wednesday. So we do have a master distiller here that loves being on podcasts. So you go on ahead and invite him on anytime you want. He loves talking liquor. So. We'll do. We wanted to get the first few just to kind of get our feet wet, and start to try to get into a groove. And I think we're about there. We've got 5 recorded, and starting to find our way. So we'll start getting some guests on. So,
so put your worst guests on first, so they get buried down pretty quick. So I think Sean, you're number one.
Hold on a minute. Now, why are y'all throwing me under the bus? You know he's got a friend named Matt Brown, right?
Oh, I forgot about Matt Brown.
Yeah, Matt's in the book.
Hope to see you at Far in the Bottle, Matt. It's always a good time. So, we'll leave it there. Y'all have a great night, man. We'll see you. Uncle Joey, who we got next week?
Oh, shoot. Hold on. Put me on the spot. Let me look it up real quick.
Nobody.
It is every, like he knows at the end of every show this is what's going to be asked.
If all goes accordingly, we may have the fellas from Ohio Shine Co. back on to talk about the event.
So I guess in 2 weeks from this weekend, or is it 1 week from this weekend? I guess
August
it's 1 week
1st,
from this
2
weekend.
weekends.
So next Saturday, they're doing a 3-jar release, and all of us are supposed to go up there. If I had to bet on like Kashi or something like that, I would take the under on all 4 of us showing up.
I'm going.
I'm in this time.
I take the under.
Matt ain't going nowhere.
So maybe we'll all get together. Right, dude, it's out there by the reformatory. He gonna wind up taking another tour up in the reformatory because that's what you do when you go out there.
Yeah.
Sheila's gonna put him up there where it belongs.
Hey, Matt, on the way out there, there's a botanical gardens. Take the old lady there, man. She'll be glad you took her there.
Well, there you go.
Actually, my twist was there's a restaurant up here she wants to eat at.
Well, why don't you tell us about it?
The last meal, they serve meals.
I seen
people's
that.
last meals before they got executed. It's like the next town over.
Nice.
So yeah, I already got the sales pitch. I'm in.
I think one fella had like ice cream. That'd be me. Like, I just want a 5-gallon bucket of ice cream.
Serve me that.
We're going out on top. I'm lactose intolerant, so it's gonna be a hell of a time for y'all. All right, y'all have a good night, man. Y'all check out the new book, man, and if you need to link to it, it'll be Sean will put it in the comments or something. So,
yep.
Y'all take care. See you next week.
Appreciate you guys having me on. Thanks.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
John.
Thanks, John.
Y'all